Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Next is the approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of the minutes of July 5th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from July 5th, 2017.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing nothing, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, approval of claims for payment totaling $504,763.18.
I'll make a motion to approve this week's claims for payment.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next I have is the Sheriff's Quarterly Report.
I'll make a motion to approve Sheriff McDaniel's quarterly report as submitted.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have his Treasurer's Semi-Annual Report. That was tabled from last week, or removed from last week.
Yeah.
Put back on.
I'll make a motion to approve the Treasurer's Semi-Annual Report.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have is the Auditor's Monthly Report.
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor's monthly report.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Recorder's Monthly Report.
And I'll make a motion to approve the Recorder's Monthly Report.
I'll second the motion to that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now I have is change of status in the County Attorney's Office.
I'll make a motion to approve the hiring of Lucas Stierbeck, Second Assistant County Attorney, full-time, to begin 7/17 of 2017.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
It's an salary of $60,000 a year.
Yes, ma'am.
Hearing no more discussion, all in favor?
Wait, so, I'm sorry. So we have, we've done with our county attorney, then we have, who else in office? I just want to get that straight.
Denise
Patters,
Patters.
She's,
Assistant Attorney,
full-time, part-time.
full-time.
Full-time.
Rick's part-time.
Okay, and then we have a second assistant full-time.
Yes.
And he's going to be the main drug prosecutor, the way I understand.
Thank you.
No more discussion? Or any other discussion? Hearing no more, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I have a second change of status.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Denise Patters, County Attorney, First Assistant. This is just changing her pay to $63,500 from $60,000.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Her current is $60,000.
I believe so.
Oh, I do have one more question. In counties our size, do we generally, is 2.5 attorneys normal, or what's,
Every
what's that
county's
usually go?
different, but
actually-
Rick,
Yes, I understand that.
but Rick can
What's
answer
the
that
average?
question if you'd like to ask it
Okay, good.
again. Rick?
I just got done running, so I'm a little more short breath than usual. Yes.
Oh,
I had one question as far as, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi there. We have what, 17,000 people in the county approximately, is that correct? And do we really need 2.5 county attorneys?
Well, I think the need is here. You can't really always judge it on population. You know, when I came on board, you know, years ago, there was just, it was full-time, and then we got to switch to part-time. And for the first 9 months, I just did it all on my own. And then we got another part-time assistant on board. And then when I came back, just after this last election, there was a full-time assistant, still a part-time county attorney. But in my opinion, the workload has certainly increased dramatically since I was, you know, first elected back in '95. So I think that the workload does justify, you know, two assistants. And, you know, full-time, it used to be that part-time assistants were kind of common. You just don't see that as much anymore. It used to be that the county attorney would subsidize their salary by having him as an associate. So you don't see that as much. You know, full-time is kind of the trend, and you know, this second assistant kind of came up as a general group idea, but the BJ and I think the other supervisors thought that perhaps our office could use someone who was would be able to concentrate on drug prosecutions and other things. And years ago, we used to have a shared drug prosecutor, and we don't anymore. So, you know, the budget was, you know, they added it to it, and yeah, I think it's, I think there's plenty of work.
Can I get crime statistics for Hardin
You can
County?
get them from
Do
the
we have
clerk's
those
office.
available?
Yeah, I don't have all those. You know, I
From the
can't.
sheriff's office?
Well,
I mean, do we have them somewhere?
well, as far as crime stats go, you know, it depends exactly what you're looking for. You know, the number of calls, you know, you have to, you know, the crime stats aren't gonna always tell the whole
But-
story. I mean, you
But
can certainly,
I understand.
you know,
Do
you can
we
certainly
have
look at the
some
number of trial
somewhere?
informations filed, you know, number of guilty pleas, you know, the number of magistrate cases, the number of mental health hearings, you know, then you get into the juvenile filing. So it's not all, you know, it's not all criminal prosecutions.
Yes.
You know, there's a
I
lot more to
understand.
the job than that. And then secondly, those numbers certainly can change from year to year. So
Do we have some stats available?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, do you
Not
think-
off the, no, I really don't.
I
don't.
mean, do we think that we need to keep track of that as a county? I'm just curious.
Well,
I just don't know how it works.
I mean, that's something that, you know, I don't spend my time, you know, going through and, you know, categorizing everything. I have a pretty good idea of what the workload is and what we handle. So, you know, all that's available, I guess, if someone wants to do all the research. But I
Oh,
don't-
okay, good.
I don't know if that's commonly done by county attorneys or not. Some, you know, some do and some don't perhaps.
But sheriffs should have some kind of stats for
Not
arrests
always.
and
Not really.
stuff like that?
I don't know what they're gonna tell you. I mean, they
Well, I
can,
do-
they
I-
can certainly tell you the number of, you know, calls they get, and there's some calls that we're gonna get involved in and some calls we don't. So, you know, I don't know exactly what you're looking for.
But if I do have that list, I'll present that to him. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other discussion? Hearing no more, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is item number 11, which is cancellation of outstanding warrants. Thanks.
I'll make a motion to approve the cancellation of outstanding warrants. These are warrants that have been outstanding for more than 1 year. And code section 331-554.7 says they shall be canceled by the auditor and then credited back to the fund which way they were drawn on. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Renee?
Aye.
BJ?
Aye.
Lance?
Aye. Motion carries. Next is change regular meeting date from August 23rd to 2017, on 2017. And the reason for changing the regular meeting date would be there's ISAC meetings that day, and if we're not going to be here,
Do we want to move it ahead a day, or do we want to just cancel it for that week? The only thing is we have warrants that are written every week that need to be approved.
Or we can, it's far enough ahead of time, they can get their warrants in earlier.
So I'm open.
I'd make the motion to cancel the regularly scheduled meeting for August 23rd, 2017.
Okay, I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is item number 13, is appointment of representative to the compensation board.
I'd make a motion to appoint businessman, drainage district tenant, and farmer Jeremiah Andrews to the compensation board.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? That would be a representative of the supervisors, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Actually, we have two, so do you want two separate motions?
Two separate motions. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And I will make a motion to reappoint Diane Meyer from Iowa Falls as our second representative. She's been on the compensation board for one term and is interested in continuing at this point.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Discuss. Yeah, I did in a couple meetings ago say that for the supervisor and compensation board, and I think it's good to have fresh blood sometimes, but maybe another time, maybe another board. Thank you.
And I had other requests, another request come in by email too, so there were multiple.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is the fiscal year 2018 statements of understanding for Regional Central Iowa Community Services staff. Lynn, you want to talk about that at all, or?
Yeah, it's just an annual thing that we do now that we're part of the region. Basically, these forms just list each of the people who have a portion of their time that's paid through the region, and on those it lists for each person the percent of their time and their salary that is paid through the region. So I think we have 4 staff. It'd be myself, Carol Haywood, Mary Rosendahl, and Jody Hamilton. And they range from 85 to 100% regional funded. So it's just a kind of a formality, and then by doing that, the region agrees that they will fund that portion of the salary.
I'll make a motion to accept the statement of understanding.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the statements of understanding for the Regional Central Iowa Community Services staff. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
BJ?
Aye.
Renee?
Aye.
Lance?
Aye. Motion carries. Next I have is septic pumper inspection contract.
So right now, our septic pumper inspections are kind of contracted through Hardin County. She's been doing all of our inspections, which we only have one septic pumper in the whole county. So I'm just kind of looking for a blessing to sign my contract with the DNR so that I can do the inspections. It's only once per year. And we get $250 for inspecting the first truck and then $150 for each after. And then also for the amount of septic that they would apply. So it takes like 2 hours, I think, once a year. And I was like, well, I'm going to get money for it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the septic pumper inspection contract.
I'll second that motion.
I don't know if it's really like sorry. More just like a recommendation to sign the contract.
Okay.
Not really a
Is this, and this is something that you sign, or?
I haven't signed it yet. I was kind of just waiting for this.
Yeah.
Is that something you will sign?
Yeah. Yep. So I'll sign it. I'll sign the
Okay.
contract and it's actually good.
Is that something the board has to sign, or is she signing?
No, it's actually through the county board of health. So this is
Oh,
more
okay.
just like keeping you guys up to date.
Okay.
Getting your
Oh, all right.
recommendation.
Okay, good to know.
Would you like to resend your motion?
Yes, I would. I would resend my motion then.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's good to have it done in-house, and we just as well get the money for it in Hardin County rather than it going to Grundy. So,
Number 16. Do I need a, Nancy, do I need a motion on the rescinding of the motion?
okay.
Back to 50. Do I have a second on the
I'll-
rescinding of the motion?
I'll second her recension of the motion.
Okay.
Been moved and seconded to rescind the motion prior. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Now item number 16. Acknowledge receipt of animal feeding operation construction permit, Justin Finisher Farm Site, Section 6 of Buckeye Township.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the receipt of the animal feeding operation construction permit, Justin Finisher Farm Site, Section 6 in Buckeye Township.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Just ask, how many yards?
Kelly could probably find this faster than I can. This.
Says 2,000.
Yeah, okay, 2,000 looks like.
Okay, do we know if he has any others in, section 6 of Buckeye Township? Would it say that?
I have.
This
no-
is just acknowledging that he turned the paperwork in. So this is what will be submitted for review.
And then equals whatever that is.
So it's 5,000 heads, I.
So 5,000 head? What's the 2,000?
Their conversion.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now we set the time and date for the public hearing on the animal feeding operation construction permit, Justin Finisher site. Suggested date would be August 2nd.
Okay, I'll make a motion to set August 2nd at 10:15.
Sure.
Okay. For the public hearing.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 18, discuss on fiscal year 17-18 non-union salaries. One of the questions that was brought up throughout the last week was there are some individuals that in their hiring, they had a 5-year step to where they would automatically get a bump every year depending whether the raise was there or not. And I guess the question they asked was, will that be retroactive or not? Since pay has not increased yet as of July 1st.
To me, they would still get it.
Right. They have a contract, so it would be retroactive, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. I just not gonna answer them without,
Right.
In the letters, it states, it's calculated by the percentage the Board of Supervisors approve for non-union employees that year plus, and then it has the dollar amount for each of the 3 employees. So, to me, just this letter that was signed at the time of employment, to me, that's the same as a contract, so I don't think that we have an option but to pay that. But since we haven't approved the salary increases yet for non-union, yeah, it still would have to be paid.
the intention is that would be right, okay. They asked the question and
I
that's
mean,
why
it
I
would
put it on here.
be, the dollar amount would be just included in whatever the increase they would get, yes.
Okay. And then any update on the rest of them? If anybody wants to know, maybe we set up a meeting date with Paul on the
On July 21st. So we really can't do anything until then, I guess.
Okay. That's all I had for that.
Okay.
Next is item number 19, application for a fireworks permit.
I'll make a motion to approve the fireworks permit application for the Rossi Weispenning wedding reception to be held on August 12th, 2017 at the location of 19897 Highway D47 in Hubbard. And looks like they've got some safety protocols in place and haven't had any issues in the past and have contingency for safety and insurance.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I have no utility permits.
No Daryl.
Daryl's at meeting and conference. So from there, I will go to item number 21, which is approved payment markings contract with Camline Highway Markings. Bruce called me earlier. We had 4 bidders. They were all pretty close. This particular company's out of Gilbert. It's roughly 80 miles. I think it's short, 76 or something like that. There's 200 plus miles in the county, so we don't do all the roads. But some roads get done every year, some roads get done every 3rd year. He didn't really indicate that anybody went longer than 3 years on a road. I'm not saying they don't, but he didn't indicate that.
I will make a motion to approve the payment markings contract with Camline Highway Markings.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
What's the cost?
A little over 50,000 is what he told me. He says normally it's about 60,000. The bidder, with the extra bidders, it's bringing it, getting a little more competitive. The cost is coming down. Any other discussions?
Here are pictures from Lower Pine Lake this weekend.
Is this for
I'm
road
in.
markings?
Changed it.
I'm in a motion
We're
of
in-
road
I'm
markings
sorry.
right now.
We'll get this next then.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Other business.
Okay, now, over the weekend, it changed from watch to warning at Pine Lake. No people in the water, no dogs in the water, and a couple of dogs in a couple of hours. It looks terrible, it stinks. Somehow, we need to get leadership in the county. Now, we would expect supervisors to do that. What we really need is farmers to understand what we currently are doing is unsustainable. And we need some innovation, different crops, whatever they need to do. But we need to get ahead of water pollution in Iowa. We live in Hardin County. Come on, let's lead. Get with some farmers and lead.
Have you talked to the state at all about it, or the DNR? Because actually Pine Lake is a state lake.
That is true, but the water that flows into the lakes comes from Hardin County. We all know what the DNR can and can't do. What we need are citizens to speak up in order to change things in the legislature. And there are boards of supervisors that actually did meaningful resolutions asking for the state, DNR, and the legislature to move forward. What we need is a strong resolution. And if you decide not to address that again because you choose not to, I expect you to lead in other ways. Please talk to some farmers. Let's get some innovation. Let's get something different. What we're currently doing is unsustainable. It just is. Let's not wait until the water gets so bad that you have no choice. We need to get ahead of this
Well, the same as the DNR, we're pretty limited in what we can do too. And the resolution we did pass,
Was
it-
extremely weak.
it mentioned the environment in it.
And it asked that it be reviewed like other
And we asked that.
professionals. Like, I'm sorry, but the CAFOs are different from a hairdresser having licensing review. We need leadership from county leaders, working with farmers. We need citizens standing up. You have to do something about water quality in Iowa. And we need county people. Why can't Hardin County lead instead of being back of the parade? Because it is going to happen. And I think Hardin County can muster the leadership, if they choose, to get ahead of this, because we have over 1.2 million hogs. That is figures from you, Lance.
I can't tell you the exact number. I told you that day.
1.2, you said maybe even more, but that exact amount is not really relevant, is it? We have a problem and we need to fix it. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not going to stop and I'll keep bringing the pictures. But it's going to affect people coming to Pine Lake. They won't, that's not so good, is it? No, so just keep in mind that it needs to change. Let's start here. Come on, you guys, you can do this. Thank you.
Any other business? Parade today, county fair. Parade starts at 6. Anything else?
Not for me.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.